Hey everybody, welcome back to the WRESTLEDUDE YouTube channel, as today we are going to be discussing WWE 2K22 and potentially who is going to be the cover star for WWE 2K22. Now, the game is going to be releasing next year in 2022, which is a little different. You know, normally it comes out towards the end of the year previous to what it's being called. But this gives us some more time to speculate on things, you know, game modes, roster members, roster exclusions, roster inclusions, character updates, perhaps. First thing that springs to mind to me is the whole NXT update that's going to be coming on September 14th. I'm filming this on September 11th. But yeah, one of the things that we are going to be speculating on here today is who is going to be the cover star for this year's game. In years past, we've seen quite a few different people grace the cover of WWE 2K games, and this year it seems pretty interesting because at first there were a lot of like clear-cut options for who was going to be on the cover, but with certain releases that definitely takes some of these names off the board. Like, at first, before I was going to do this video, one of my main choices was going to be The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, but obviously after his release, that obviously isn't going to happen. So I've compiled this list. I have a couple of names that I feel like could be good options for cover stars, and then I have my one option that I feel like I would want to see as the cover star. Now, we're going to get right into the list here, but before we get started, make sure you leave a thumbs up on the video and comment below who you would want to have on the cover of WWE 2K22. Let me know. I want to hear your guys' opinions. See which ones kind of stand out to me the most. So, option one, Alexa Bliss. Now, in years past, or at least in the past couple of years, they have had new stars on the cover. We've had like Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, Roman Reigns, Becky Lynch. I feel like maybe they might go that route this year and maybe stick with something that can draw in fans. So, you know, you have like Alexa Bliss with like Lily on the cover. You know, it looks kind of creepy. Maybe it pulls in some horror fans and stuff like that. Maybe you could do a whole tie-in with like Lily's Playground and stuff like that. I feel like that could be a pretty cool cover. If not the main cover, I feel like it could be a cool like alternate cover, sort of like what they did for WWE 2K14, where you had The Rock on the cover, but then if you flipped it over, you had Daniel Bryan on the cover, which I always chose to have Daniel Bryan on the cover just because that one looked pretty cool. But yeah, Alexa Bliss is a pretty cool option to have as well for this one. Option 2, Rey Mysterio. Now, this one seems more likely than the rest of these, I'll be honest, because the first debut trailer that we saw for 2K22 was of Rey Mysterio in live action, had an exclusive mask, I'm pretty sure, or maybe I'm thinking of something else. But either way, he had the gear on. The first look of gameplay we had was him. It seems like they were doing a lot of work with him. We saw some behind-the-scenes stuff of them working on his entrance and his victory motions and stuff like that. So they were fast-tracking Rey for a reason. I feel like that might be because he might be the cover star. And the reason why I believe this is because it can pull in not only new fans or current fans to wrestling games, but it might pull back some old ones, because it seemingly is a tactic that they used with the cover star for a few years, where they would use sort of these big, well-named, well-known superstars as cover stars. So we had The Rock for 2K14. We had John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Stone Cold Steve Austin. They might do that this year by bringing in Rey Mysterio, so that way when 2K22 is sitting on the shelf in your local GameStop or Walmart or whatever, people walk by it, they see, hey, Rey Mysterio, wrestling, I remember that, let me pick up this game. That might be the situation that they go for here. I don't know. And that also brings me into my next option, which would be Triple H, the game. Imagine Triple H, the game, being on the cover of the game, WWE 2K22. So I don't know if they want to do something like a showcase mode. I remember there was rumors that there was supposed to be like a Daniel Bryan like showcase mode or something like that. Didn't we just have a Daniel Bryan showcase mode though? Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But if they want to do some sort of showcase mode, a Triple H showcase mode would be kind of cool. I know not a lot of people like those, but I'm sure that there's a market for them. Plus, it's fairly easy content to sort of film, which I'm pretty sure they've done a couple of Triple H matches in like previous like sort of showcase modes before, so it might be fairly easy work for them to do. But yeah, Triple H is another one of those well-known names that if you put him on the cover, I'm sure a lot of people are going to go, hey, Triple H, wrestling. I liked wrestling. Let me pick up this game. So that's sort of the ballpark that I'm in for those two options. Now this is where we start getting into newer superstars. My next option is Drew McIntyre. I think he's got a really cool look. You can have him on there with his sword or whatever, doing like a cool primal scream. I think he would be another really cool cover star, somebody that a lot of people would agree with, like, oh yeah, that looks awesome. I'm pretty sure he's a big video game guy, maybe? I don't know. I know, like, the likes of AJ Styles and Seth Rollins were on the cover. I know they are very big video game guys. Maybe Drew is, but either way, I feel like he's a pretty cool cover star option. Moving on, we have Bianca Bel Air, the EST of WWE. Could be the EST of the WWE 2K22 cover. Yeah, I think she's another one of those superstars that has a really cool look. I think she would look awesome on the cover. You could even do like an alternate cover for it, so where it's like either glittery or like it's holographic or something like that. I think you could do some really cool stuff with Bianca Belair on the cover. Plus, I mean, she designs all of her gear herself. Imagine Bianca Belair being on the cover with like a custom WWE 2K22 styled gear. I feel like that could be really, really awesome. Now, moving on, this is my last optional choice before we get on to the one that I would prefer. Roman Reigns. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Roman Reigns was literally just on the cover of WWE 2K20 along with Becky Lynch. That's true, but that is an entirely different Roman Reigns to the one we have now. The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. There is definitely an attitude change between 2K20's cover star Roman Reigns and current 2021 Roman Reigns. So having him on the cover with the Universal Championship, the Tribal Chief, maybe with the entire bloodline on the cover as well. Could you imagine that, having the Usos and Roman Reigns and even Paul Heyman all on the cover of WWE 2K22? That could be pretty sick, not gonna lie. That could be pretty awesome. I can see all the fan arts for that, and all of these. I can see all the potential fan arts for all these covers like popping up in my head, and they all seem pretty awesome. But there is one option that I would prefer, and it's a very cheatsy answer, but I think it is one that is very, very true. I feel like WWE 2K22 should not have a single cover star. I don't think it should have two cover stars like they had for 2K20. I feel like we should have multiple people on the cover for WWE 2K22. I am tired of campaigning. As fun as these videos are, I am tired of campaigning for one person to be on the cover when the WWE, whether they want to admit it or not, is not about one person in the company. It's not about who is at the top of the company. It's about the entire company. It's the collective rosters. So what I would like to see is a mixture of the Raw, the SmackDown, the NXT, the 205 Live rosters. If there is a 205 Live roster yet left, I'm sorry. But I would like to see an amalgamation of all of them on the cover. Something akin to WWE SVR 2011, where we had like John Cena, The Miz, Big Show, and like a couple other superstars sprinkled throughout. I want to see something like that, where there's multiple superstars, so that way not everybody gets a little bit of everything. A couple females, couple males, couple of heavyweights, couple tag teams, stuff like that. Maybe some of the higher up superstars, some legends, so that way you can still have that way of pulling in the fans. yeah, I feel like that's a much better idea. I feel like I just saw on Twitter too, there was a picture of the most recent NBA 2K video game, and it had multiple people on the cover. And if that's the direction they're taking with the 2K franchise cover, then why not do that with the WWE covers as well? I mean, like I said, I feel like a lot of people are starting to get tired of the whole one superstar on the cover thing. I feel like it's starting to get kind of bland. So yeah, including multiple superstars on the cover, I feel like would be a really good option. And you can have whoever as your front cover person, but the idea is to have multiple people on there so multiple people can say, hey, I was the cover star of this video game. You know, you got a lot more to look at. Like, if I look at the cover of, like, 2K19, like, I just look at them like, oh, cool. That's it. And then move on to it. But if I see covers like SVR 2011 and I see all these superstars, that breathes more life into it. I feel like if they really want to breathe more life into 2K22 with even just the cover, I feel like having multiple people on there is a much better option than just having one single cover star. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Do you guys think there should be multiple superstars on the cover? Do you think there should be one superstar on the cover? And if so, who should it be? Let me know in the comment section down below.